Welcome to Train Update Learners segment. My name is David Knapp. I'm with the Education and Workforce Development Branch, and joining me today is Tracey Sparks.
Hello, David. Glad to be here.
Tracey, we're in the middle of conference season, aren't we?
We are.
We just ourselves attended a conference. It was good to go to Atlanta and see our friends and fellow train administrators in Atlanta for a week, and it was a good time catching up with people.
It was. We had a good time.
It seems like we've been dealing with a lot of conferences here lately in Kentucky.
That's
thought we would spend a few minutes today talking about after the conference, the learner coming back to train and marking themselves complete and doing evaluations typically and getting their certificates. But there's a very specific process and steps that they need to follow in that.
Correct.
And so we want to talk a little bit about that and kind of share some experiences. So when you do attend the conference and you come back and you log into your account, where's the first place you're going to go to?
You're going to go to My Learning underneath your dashboard on your homepage.
Now this is a little bit different because we typically instruct people on courses and on online modules on webcasts. We always send them to the My Current Course button at the bottom of that section, but for a train conference they can actually just click on the title conference in that drop down.
That's
can't
correct.
they?
They can.
Okay. When you click on that conference title and the screen refreshes, there's going to be some options there. There's going to be right at the top of the page a completed button for the overall conference, and then each of the sessions that they attended, there's going to be a completed button next to each of those sessions. We don't want you marking yourself complete for the overall conference.
Right.
We'll say that a couple of times. When you do that, you then withdraw yourself from all those sessions, or those sessions will no longer be available to you to complete the evaluations and get credit for it. So you do not mark the overall conference completed. You have to go through and mark each of the sessions completed one at a time.
That's correct. You go to each session and then you're going to click on those links to do the session evaluations and then mark yourself complete for that session.
Right. So if there's 4 or 5 sessions there, each session will have its own separate completed button, and when you click on that completed button, the screen will refresh, and then there will be the evaluation link there under the title, and you'll click on that evaluation link, and it'll be just like any other course evaluation you'll go through. Usually it's set up as a Likert scale rating, and you'll rate each of the questions and submit them. And you'll do that for each individual session. What if you didn't, for some reason, attend a session?
You can also withdraw yourself from that session while you're there.
Okay, so there's a completed button, but then you can also withdraw yourself at the same place. And things happen during a conference, and for some reason you don't attend, and you would use that process. So once you've gone through each individual session, and you've marked yourself completed, and you've done the evaluations to the ones you've attended, and the ones that you didn't attend, you have drawn yourself, then you can click on the completed button of the overall conference.
That's located at the top of the screen.
Okay. And when you click on that, sometimes they'll have an overall evaluation too. That when that screen refreshes, it will say evaluation, but most of the time the evaluations are tied into the individual sessions. Once all those steps are completed, then you will go back to the dashboard on the home page and click on the certificates, and that's where all the individual certificates for the sessions that you attended will be there with your continuing ed information on it, if that session offered continuing education. And then there may or may not be an overall conference certificate that you attended too. So with that, it's a little bit, we wanted to talk about the steps with you today because it is a little bit different than what we're used to doing with regular courses. With regular courses, you click on the My Learning in the dashboard, go to the current course button, and then you're clicking the Manage button and managing it that way. So I hope we haven't confused you too much. Thank you for joining us today for this learner segment.
Again, you can keep your comments coming or questions coming through our email, ky.train.org is our website where you can find all this information. KY Train Support is the email that you can contact us. And also we're utilizing social media.
Facebook / Kentucky Train, or you can follow us on Twitter at KY Train. And also we have a blog page, David. You can go to there. It's kentuckytrain.blogpost.com.
Thank you very much for joining us today, and we'll see you in about 2 weeks with another train update.